From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Everyone, we're going to start with that high-resolution satellite imagery here. And what we've been talking about the last few days really is the smoke here off to the north and west. This is where most of the fires are, as we all know. And you can see the upper level pattern is kind of pushing that smoke off into Oregon. A lot of the smoke. We still have a lot of smoke over us, obviously, but some of that smoke has been kind of migrating down southward, even into parts of the northern Sacramento Valley. But really, a lot of smoke has been kind of confined off in the northwestern portions of the state. So speaking of that, let's take you to the weather computer here, and now we'll take a look at that smoke forecast. So yes, we start getting into the yellows and oranges. We're kind of in that moderate, the reds, the dense. This is really kind of that extreme smoke. And of course, this is obviously where the bigger fires are at this point. So as we take you through the rest of the day today, taking about 5 p.m., we're still looking at a lot of that extreme smoke. And again, notice where kind of these purples are. This is where most of the fires are, right? This is where some of the bigger fires are, even down to the south here. So that's kind of within the vicinity of where those fires are. Then as we go into Friday tonight into Saturday morning, once again, most of the smoke will be over us here in the northwest, not as much smoke down to the south and to the east. Let's take a look at the fire perimeters. Keep in mind, this is looking at the latest fire perimeter. Okay, and then this is an estimated range of how far the edge of that perimeter is to your town. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So keep that in mind. So we can see about 14.8 miles to Coffee Creek, 10.8 miles to Trinity Center, Covington Mill, about 6.6 miles. We're looking at the Deep Fire, by the way, in Trinity County, and 4.1 miles from the Trinity Alps Resort. Now we take you to the south here. Here's Highway 299. Here's the Deep Fire. And we're over 10 miles for Weaverville, Junction City, and Helena. Now we take you off to the north and west. This is the Smith River Complex. So we've got a few fires here, the bigger one off to the east here and a smaller one here. So the bigger one is closer to Gas Key at about 7.4 miles. The smaller one is closer to Hiuchi, and not to mention Smith River and Crescent City, about 11.3 miles, 17.3 miles to Crescent City, and Smith River about 8.4 miles. And you can see the also part of the river complex, another bigger one here. Here's Highway 199, 2.6 miles from Idlewild. And let's take you down to the south now. You can see the SRF Bluff complex, pretty small fire here, and it's about 8 miles from Orleans. Okay, now we take you out to the Lone Pine Fire. And here's Hoopa, yeah, pretty close there, and there are some evacuations there. By the way, from evacuation warnings up to the north and west as well, and not to mention orders. But there you can see the Lone Pine Fire, 2.5 miles from Hoopa, and about 4.9 miles from Willow Creek. And we take you down to the south where you've got the Pilot Fire. There's Hyam Palm, 5.5 miles, 12.4 miles from Mad River, and Dinsmore, about 9.5 miles. All right, so here's the deal. We've got more inland and mountain thunderstorms here today, tomorrow, and not to mention Sunday as well. But the good news is we do have cooler weather on the way. Temperatures really dropping this weekend, and even more so for early next week, and more rain next week. Yeah, we're talking about Hurricane Hilary having an impact on our weather in the form of rain. All right, so here you can see temperatures still quite warm. Showers and thunderstorms for the inland areas. The temperatures in the upper 90s, mid 60s for the coast, and not to mention dry conditions. Temperatures in the mid 90s for places like Weaverville, Hayfork, and Lewiston. And there's that chance for thunderstorms later this afternoon. By the way, not as strong as they were last night. There you can see, of course, what we're looking at here. Yeah, we are seeing, of course, that moisture feed is not as prominent as it has been this week. And what's happened is the area of low pressure was about here, and that flow brought up that moisture. But now it's kind of moved down to the south and east, so we're losing that direct feed of moisture, but there is still moisture in place. And that's going to keep our chances for showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Through this afternoon, you can see just a little bit of activity in parts of Trinity County. So not everyone will see thunderstorms, just some of us. And it's going to be very isolated. There's 10 p.m. tonight. It is gone, but we've got another round of stronger thunderstorms coming in later Saturday afternoon, and you can see some of them could get rather strong even into western Siskiyou County, but yeah, some of the inland areas seeing some of that thunderstorm activity as well. Get a bit of a break Saturday night, not to mention Sunday morning, and then by Sunday afternoon, we do start to see more thunderstorms popping up. Some of them could get rather strong and big as we go into Sunday afternoon. All right, let's talk about Hurricane Hilary, now a Category 4 hurricane. It is moving closer and turning in the direction of Baja, and that is what's going to create a lot of problems for them. We've got the cooler waters as you head north, so of course it will weaken as it does move north. By the time it does make landfall, it'll probably be somewhere around a Category 1 hurricane and could have an impact on Southern California, still in the form of a tropical storm. So we're talking about tropical force winds. So that's going to create problems not only with the gusty winds, but also the heavy rainfall. These areas in red is where you have flooding concerns, but it's not just flooding. We're also concerned about mudslides, debris flows, and of course the areas in darker green is where you're still looking at some pretty heavy rainfall and could run into some problems there as well. And then on the outer fringes of that where we are, we're not going to have nearly the impact they will in Southern California. But here's the remnants of Hilary on Monday, giving us maybe some widespread rain. And honestly, some of that I think could make its way to the coast as well. So I've got that chance for showers in there. Some lingering showers Tuesday, first half of the day, but by Tuesday afternoon, most of that activity will push up to the north, along with the remnants themselves from Hilary moving north. Here's a look at your temperature trend, and yes, we are looking at much cooler temperatures. By Sunday, 88. Look at that. By Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in the mid-80s. Absolutely gorgeous temperature-wise. And those winds, though, and those waves, yeah, unfortunately, they're going to be pretty high, upwards of 12 to even 13 feet as we take you into Saturday afternoon. All right, let's take a look at your marine forecast, and your high tide today will be at 2:47 this afternoon, and your sunset this evening will be at 8:12 with that small craft advisory along the immediate coast. Here's what we have in store for us today. Showers, thunderstorms, temperatures in the mid-90s for most of us in Trinity County, upper 90s for the inland areas, although Garberville about 87, 70 out in Shelter Cove, and those temperatures will be in the mid-60s along the immediate coast. Here's what we have in store for us the next 7 days. So for Crescent City, I've got a chance for showers on Monday. I think most of it will be to the east of the coast, but we could see some showers on Monday, even for the coast, nothing heavy. For Hoopa, Weaverville, I think chances, we're going to be looking at isolated thunderstorms here, very good chances for at least parts of Trinity County for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and still a chance on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Inland areas, I think, slimmer chances for those thunderstorms. As you start heading west of Trinity County, the chances are slimmer, but the chances are still there nonetheless, so you just need to be aware of that. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast for Eureka. And there you can see those temperatures will be in the mid-60s. Don't forget, of course, you've got the fair going on, and it looks like we do have some decent weather for that. Temperatures in Ferndale will be about the same as they are in Eureka, with temperatures in the mid-60s. Chance for showers on Monday. Temperatures will be in the mid to even upper 60s by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week.